What if the history of the world changed in a single silent moment? In the world we know, fate is rarely kind, but it is precise. A boy named Monkey D. Luffy set sail with a dream burning in his chest, and somewhere along the East Blue, he frees a man from a cruel execution stand. Run over Zoro, a swordsman bound by chains who becomes the first blade of a future king. That moment is not just an introduction, it is the beginning of structure, balance, direction. But now imagine something different. The sea is the same, the wind is the same, but fate hesitates. Luffy's small boat drifts past Shell's town without stopping. No screams reach him, no struggle pulls his attention, no destiny calls his name. He simply sails forward, unaware that something important was left behind. And in that silence, history splits in two. What if Monkey D. Luffy never met his greatest ally? The journey still begins. The same ocean stretches endlessly ahead. The same sky watches without emotion. But something fundamental is missing. There is no swordsman standing at his side. No arguments over direction, no silent understanding forged through shared survival. Only Luffy and the sea. At first it feels like freedom. No conflict, no disagreement, no resistance. But freedom without companionship becomes something else entirely. It becomes emptiness. The Grand Line does not care about dreams, it does not reward ambition, it consumes those who are unprepared, and Luffy is alone. At Orange Town, the illusion breaks. Buggy the Clown does not feel like a challenge anymore. He feels like a warning. Cages are built, traps are set, chaos spreads. And this time there is no blade to cut through it, no calm swordsman stepping forward without fear, no quiet strength standing between Luffy and collapse. So Luffy fights alone. Every punch hurts more, every mistake costs more, every wound stays longer. The rubber boy begins to stretch, not just physically, but emotionally. And something inside him begins to fray, tries to continue. He tells himself a crew will come, that trust will form naturally, that strength alone is enough to pull others in. But reality does not agree. Without a foundation, everything built becomes unstable. People hesitate to follow him, not because he is weak, but because something is missing beside him, something unspoken, something felt. Leadership without balance becomes noise, and so the battles continue, harder, longer, more punishing. Every fight becomes a war of exhaustion rather than victory. The victories that should have been clean turn into survival. And then comes Along Park, the breaking point, a place where in another timeline steel met steel beside him, where three swords answered every crisis without hesitation. But here, there is only rage, raw, uncontrolled, human. And rage is not a strategy, it is not protection, it is not coordination, it is not enough. The fight drags on longer than it should, not because the enemy is stronger, but because Luffy is alone. And when the final moment arrives, there is no nothing happened, no silent sacrifice absorbed by another's back, no unspoken understanding that carries the burden away. There is only impact, pain, silence. And for the first time, Luffy does not feel like a future king. He feels like a boy drowning in an ocean too large to fight alone. Zoro was never just a swordsman, he was structure. The kind of presence that turns chaos into direction, the kind of silence that holds weight stronger than words. He was the anchor that allowed a storm to move forward without breaking itself apart. Without him, the dream does not vanish, it fractures. The path to the One Piece still exists somewhere beyond the horizon, but it no longer feels like destiny. It feels uncertain, like something half-finished, like a story missing its spine. Luffy still sails, he still smiles sometimes, but the fire is different now. Less bright, less certain, more fragile. Because even a dream as strong as his needs people to carry it forward. And without his nakama, that dream becomes something else entirely. Not a legend, but a ghost. So ask yourself, what would your story look like without your nakama? Who is the person that keeps your world from drifting apart? And if you never met them, how different would you have? If you reach till the end, take a second to subscribe for more videos like this, because there are many more what-if stories, dark twists, and alternate anime timelines coming your way, and you won't want to miss what happens next. If you want some other character story, I'll create it for you. Just comment below which character you want to see next.